food for thought. Learn how to support yourself even when you feel just down. Learn how to clap for yourself when no one else is going to clap for you. Learn how to pick yourself up when no one's there to help you. Bootstrap yourself. There is a skill with an understanding what motivates you, what disciplines you, what makes you disciplined, what makes you determined, what drives you. I think it's so important to be able to understand what you want and to go for it. But it's not going to always be that easy. So just look at your goal and go for it. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have tests of multiple bad days in a row. You're going to have months of bad days. You're going to have, hopefully not, but realistically, you could have years of bad days. But you cannot tell me a single famous entrepreneur, business owner, multimillionaire who has not had their dog days. You cannot ask a single one when they have not been broke, when they have not hit rock bottom, not when they haven't had anything to their name. And you and I, most likely, I definitely don't. You and I do not have a single thing to our name. We have nothing, okay? And that's okay. There is nothing wrong with it not having anything that is like millions of dollars or businesses or something that can be seen as profitable. That's okay. But what's not okay is digging yourself deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and not pulling yourself up without recognizing what you're doing. Because that's called self-sabotage. Limit your self-sabotaging behaviors. Whether that's belittling yourself, whether that's a lack of self-confidence, whether that's just not believing in yourself, whether that's just all these things in your head, okay? As you dig yourself deeper and deeper and you are intertwined within these negative habits within yourself, it's going to be harder for you to pull out, but not impossible. Nothing up here is impossible, okay? All you have to do is want it bad enough to change. The change is going to be hard, it's going to suck, but it's not going to suck as bad as it is right now. You have to motivate yourself. It's not even about motivation. It's literally about wanting it bad enough that you're willing to do anything for it. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is a learned behavior. Do not allow yourself to be motivated one day and then not motivated the other and not do it. Because during that time of unmotivated, not being motivated, is when discipline kicks in. There's literally studies that show that okay, I haven't read this, okay? Don't quote me on this. I just watched other YouTubers quote it, okay? That's really bad information of where I get it. But it's trustworthy people, These people are saying that your brain is rewired every single time you do something that you don't want to do. Your brain is strengthened in that certain part of your area, or your brain is strengthened in that part of your area, the part of your brain that deals with discipline, okay? It is weak. Mine is weak, all of ours is weak, in a sense of there's always room for improvement. Yours can be stronger than mine and mine can be stronger than yours, but it doesn't matter, because all that matters is that you are willing to do something that you do not want. You are willing to do something that you do not want to do, nor does the other person, but because you are doing it, you are strengthening your brain in comparison to that other person. Don't compare yourself to other people. That's not what I'm getting at. But my point is do the things that no one else wants to do, and that's the way that you separate yourself. That's the way that you make yourself different than the person right next to you. Think about it. There is not a single soul that is successful that did what everybody else did. Jeff Bezos, did something else. Elon Musk, something else. And every single person wants to be them because they did something else, but what they did was uncomfortable. What they did was something that no one else thought of because everybody looked down upon them. Not to like put them on podiums because like we're all humans and we all have our own faults, but from a business perspective, not humanitarian, but from a business perspective, they are the ones of risk takers. They are the ones who did it while everybody else doubted them. And you have to do the same. And when every single person doubts you, you have to bootstrap yourself into believing that you can do it. You are not incapable of doing the impossible, okay? You can do it. There's not a single thing that you cannot do that you can't do. Like, you can literally do anything that you want as long as you believe it up here, is what I'm getting at. You can have the worst day in the world. So many bad tragedies can happen. But by the time that you put your head onto that pillow or onto wherever you lay or sleep, your brain could be switched. You could believe that even though these tragedies happen and these devastating moments could have happened to me, to you, to anybody, you can turn them into something better. Do not let this bitterness something that happens to you can either make you bitter or better, okay? There's nothing wrong with being bitter for a bit, okay? But being bitter, it's basically like I'm imagining it. You can either become bitter with a lowercase b and an uppercase b, or you can become better. And there's nothing wrong with being a lowercase bitter because that's temporary. But you can scale yourself up to that bitter part with the capital B and have that be the beginning of your sentence. Do not let bitter be the beginning of your sentence. Let bitter be in the middle, because even though you might be bitter, you can always get better. And even if the beginning of your sentence is bitter, that doesn't mean that your end of the sentence can't be better. As long as you are willing to. Because even if you did start with it bitter in the beginning with a capital B, you can always add more words in the beginning. You can always change your sentence. You do not have to allow that bitterness to make a statement in your life. You can allow it to fill your life and to fill your experience and fuel it to help you be better. But that does not mean that's who you are. That does not mean that that experience is going to make you a bitter person, you know? Think of it as from a perspective of you're having a bad day, okay? There's nothing wrong with having bad days. We all have them. I have them. You have them. We all have them, okay? But that doesn't mean we have to be bitter towards others, okay? Like, I don't know, you could be having a really bad morning. You could have woken up super early and then gotten to work and then whatever, you had a boatload of work to do, you know? That's like normal. That's like life happens. But that does not mean that you should be bitter towards the people that are around you. You should help those people be better, because as soon as you become serving others, helping others, you help yourself. I heard this saying from like an entrepreneur, TikTok, not probably the best source, but still I heard it and I believe it, that you don't make money, you don't make millions by making a product that everybody else can think of, that there's no problems to, okay? You make your money and you gain things of value by helping others. Think about it. Just think. The car was invented to improve the buggy. Point in place. Lights were invented because lanterns were bad. There was a need for better light. And those people made money, and they learned from that experience, okay? As soon as you start turning your brain from it's all about me and my day sucks and wow, I'm so bitter right now, and you can turn it into the perspective of wow, even though I'm having a bad day, I want someone else to have a better day. So then it's kind of like the saying, like, I don't wish that upon my enemy. I don't wish a bad day upon my enemy. So let me help them have a good day, because I don't want them to experience the badness that I'm experiencing. So let me give off that energy that I want to give to others so I can receive that back. You know, what you give is what you receive. There's nothing wrong with having a bitter, bad day. I will not stop saying that, because we are humans. We have to experience those bitterness, those bad days, to appreciate our golden days, okay? You cannot appreciate the sun without rain. I think that's the cutest saying ever. I say a lot of sayings, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't have something without, you can't like appreciate something with not having it. Yes, you can't appreciate something without the absence of it, you know? You need absence to appreciate what you have and what you currently have. And so these bad days are just trials, and could be days, like I said, months, weeks, years, a duration. But every single thing that you experience during that time period is gonna make that moment of greatness so much sweeter. And even during those times of trials, you have to pick yourself up. You have to clap for yourself. You have to believe in yourself, because you're the only one that can do that. You're the only one that can mentally, up here, motivate you to do it. Even though I know I said motivation isn't like the be all end all, like sometimes you have to give yourself a pep talk. Like I have to give myself a pep talk. Like when I feel, I don't even know, when I feel bogged down with homework, when I feel bogged down with these lab reports that I have to do, all these obligations of school and of like trying to take care of myself and like literally feeding myself and like just being me, I have to literally pep talk myself. I have to be like, Emma, you're doing great. Emma, you're doing fantastic. Emma, keep doing this because you're gonna make yourself better. I'm not saying this to be cocky or arrogant or something like that, but those are the things that literally get me through my bad days. Literally all day today, I just had another like crazy day. I was super jam-packed and I was just busy from like 4:30 in the morning till like, I don't even know like what time it is. It's like 9:30 right now. But I didn't get done like doing stuff until probably like 8. And I'm not saying this to like pat me on the back or woe's me. I'm using this as an example to show that even though I've had a super long day, I am still on the grind of motivation. I am still disciplined enough to do it. I'm still disciplined enough to like go work out, to eat healthy, to like do things that better myself, even though I'm having a hard day, because I pep talk myself. It sounds cliche, but it's like, as soon as you have the self-confidence, you believe that you can do anything that you want. You believe you can do it. And I believe I can achieve literally anything that I want. I believe that I can achieve literally anything that I want, because I know I'm willing, and like I'm willing to put in the work that I want to do to like receive the outcome that I'm desiring. Very bad wording, but you get the gist. You know, like you can't just sit there and feel bad about yourself and not do anything just because you're like having a bad day. Well, so many other entrepreneurs have been having bad years, and look how far they've gotten. Like literally Mr. Beast came out with a saying that like if he would prioritize his like mental health, he wouldn't be as like famous or popular or prosperable or like successful. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so many people sacrifice so many things, and it's like, what are you willing to give up to sacrifice to make your dreams come true? Like, you can have so many people clap for you. You can have like literally an entire audience filled with people who support you. But if you don't believe in yourself, it doesn't matter if there's 1,000 million people clapping for you or if it's just one. You know? Because you won't accept that support. You won't accept that answer without finding that within yourself, you know? And all that comes from is with practice. And we are being tested every single day to get better. Do not get me wrong. You can be bitter. Be bitter all that you want. But allow that bitterness to soak in. And realize you do not like the taste of bitterness. And to realize you would rather have a different taste of better and sweeter things. Because that is on the horizon as long as you are willing to change. As long as you want it bad enough to change. Because no one else is gonna let you change without you changing yourself. You know, like nobody's gonna force you to change if you're not gonna change. Like that saying again, you can lead a horse to like a drought, like a water hole, whatever, but you can't force it to drink. You know, it has its own volition, and you have your own volition too. So believe in yourself. You are capable of doing so many great things. And I don't think you see that genuinely. Like, your capability is up here, like literally out of this camera frame. But you do not believe that. Like, I literally believe that in you. Like, I see that potential in you because you are bound to do great things. Like, once you are comfortable enough, once you are uncomfortable being in your current situation and you hate it and you are literally at rock bottom, there's no one thing, nothing standing in your way of going up. All you have to do is just start climbing. Do not get me wrong, you might fall. We've all fallen down that hole and just ended back where we were. But you remember the path that you took to get up. Even if that path isn't the same, you remember how to grab onto those rocks. You remember how to put your feet on the rock holdings. Every single time you try to get up and you fall again is not going to be as hard as it was the first time you did it. Believe me. Believe in yourself. If I can believe in myself, so can you. Nothing is stopping you from believing in yourself. All it is up here. It's a mind game. All you have to do is just learn how to clap for yourself. All you have to do is learn what drives you to your biggest dreams. All you have to do is be your own biggest supporter. Do not doubt your abilities. Do not doubt anything about yourself. Every single thing that you've experienced is for a reason. Do not doubt yourself. Support yourself. Food for thought.